Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Metro, my first video in a long while. I got to thinking the other day and kind of wanted to make this video mainly for the guys who are in their early to mid-20s, have experienced depression to some degree. I'll spare the details on that for myself, but I took some notes down. This is kind of going to be a raw video going on here, and I'll try to improve as we go. But really, it's just to kind of strike to and speak to the guys who are really either dealing with something or have dealt with something. But this is going to be a depression declassified, overcoming depression in your mid-20s and sustaining that mental health. So just got back from work, taking this in my car right now. And just before I go inside and kind of decompression the day at work. But going over some of the notes. So my first one is just establishing financial independence. I know for me, it was a big step to move out of my parents. And for some of you guys may still be living at home. That's okay. If you are still living at home, try to establish some financial independence at some point, whether that's getting your own place. If the market's not looking great right now, it may be in your best interest to stay at home, but at least have a means to move out and support yourself and your partner if you have one, if that's something that you're already working on or have a girlfriend or whatever. I recommend living on your own at some point. For some people, it might not be feasible to not have a roommate, and that's okay with the economy the way it is right now, and that's fine. But number one is just establish financial independence. It was really big for me to move out of my parents' spot, a really big step for me, and it gave me a lot of pride with that, even though I was going through something at the time. So really, really important to do that. Next is to improve and maintain your social circles. So no one man is an island. I still talk to my friends from high school, from college, try to see them, a couple times a month maybe. I know everyone's working and things get busy, but really try to connect with other guys. If you're a girl, connect with your girls. Really just, it's important to not be a shut-in. I'm an introvert at some times, but I find myself, being extroverted when I'm around the right people. It really kind of just takes the right crowd that understands you and who you are to really bring that social side out of you. So you may really experience, bouts of depression or things like that, but when I'm sure you'll recognize that when you're around the right crowd, and you maintain those relationships over the years, that things do get better. Number three, find a partner, and or get married if you're into marriage. So I got married last July. I've been with my partner, my wife, for going on over 6 years now. And although you may have a partner, either you might be depressed or they might be depressed, really it's important to have a partner, but that's built on good communication. There's no codependence. You have to work past that. Have to be committed to one another, and there has to be a vision for your future. So really finding someone to care about and to take care of, either emotionally, not so much financially if you guys are living together, but really the emotional, mental, and spiritual aspect as well. You want them to grow, and they'll help you grow as well. Number four is limit social media consumption as best you can. So recently I've tried to limit how much I consume YouTube now, because YouTube is my main consumption of social media and entertainment, really, because I don't watch too much TV. But Instagram as well. I know it's really easy to kind of get sucked into doom scrolling and finding the next bit of dopamine that you can. But really, you got I started with setting limits on my Instagram time. So I was at like 30 minutes per day, and that was it. And when I went down to 15, and I went down to 10. And then at one point I was just like, I see how much time I'm spending on this app, and I spend that time doing other things now. So basically, I didn't get rid of my account, but I just deactivated it. I'm not on Facebook anymore. I still use Messenger because I still text friends on there. So I still use Messenger, but I don't use Instagram anymore. Get off Twitter, get off Reddit, as best you can. If you can manage that. I know people are creatures of habit, and you want to just check the latest posts and stay up to date on all the relevant topics and things like that. But there are means to get the news if you seek that out, or gaming news. For me, it's YouTube. So really just try to limit that consumption, because you'll find that you're spending 10, 15, 30 minutes, an hour just scrolling, and that time can be spent doing something that's more useful to your time. And I'm not gonna ordain what's useful to you, but you know what that is for yourself. That could be cooking, cleaning, reading, praying. It doesn't matter what's useful to me. What matters is useful to you. So you'll realize how much time you get back from just limiting the social media content. Number 5 is just have a hobby that's entertaining to some degree. Just don't overindulge too much, to the best of your ability. For me, I love playing video games. I got the latest consoles and things like that, but it's easy to just binge watch Netflix for hours at a time, TV shows, movies, game for hours on end. I'm still guilty of that. That's something I'm still working on. Just have a hobby that's entertaining to you, that gives you pleasure, that it can serve as an escape. And there are healthy means of escapism, but obviously too much of one thing can be bad. So if you're reading manga, comics, watching TV too long, watching sports too long, you gotta reel it in, because that time, although you may be escaping from the reality that you're living in, it's not healthy to do. At least there are very extreme degrees of video game addiction and things of that nature. Number 6 is eat healthy most of the time and remain physically active to some degree as well. So it's something that you have to sustain and maintain, but really try to limit the sweets you consume. As long as you get a good portion of veggies, a carb, and some protein in you, you're really good to go. I found that even I'm not working out as much as I used to. I used to work out every night after shift. I used to work evening shift. Now I'm on days. It takes a lot of discipline. I'm not perfect. I'm still working on that myself, as far as eating right and working out more consistently, just to maintain a level of physique. If you don't feel like going to the gym, buy a pull-up bar off Amazon. Buy some dumbbells. Do some push-ups. Not everything that it takes to be healthy takes money. And just, if you're not a fan of frozen vegetables, buy them fresh, or vice versa. If you're not a fan of cooking vegetables, buy them frozen. Those are pretty cheap. I get mine from Walmart, bags of frozen mixed veggies, put that with some rice and some chicken, some salmon, things of that nature. That's pretty much a good meal prep as well. So, diet is key, because if you realize you've eaten a bunch of snacks and chips and junk, you won't have the energy to do the things that you really need to do. Moving on is number 7 is have some goals for yourself. So what is your ideal self in 1 month, 6 months, a year, or several years? That's something I need to work on. I know it's new year, new me, but really you can set your goals at any given time. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to wait till the new year to start working on yourself. You can start today. But there is no tomorrow. You don't know if you'll be here tomorrow or next week or 1 month or 1 year. You don't know what's going to happen. So really just try to be better than you were yesterday, or be better than you are today. And that all it takes is just a little self-improvement, and just, which leads me to my next point of introspection. And when I say introspection, I really want you to deeply think on yourself, as far as what you've accomplished, what you aim to do, what your goals are, what your challenges are, what your struggles are in life. And without really deepening it too much, you want to self-evaluate without socially comparing yourself to strangers or your peers or even family members. It really is crucial to understand where you're at. And I know there are a lot of people, myself included, where position's not great financially, and living paycheck to paycheck, because that things are expensive. Student loans are kicking my behind. But we maintain. We still pay your bills. I still have a little bit to float off of, and maintain finances with my wife, and it's working out well. But you can't go in hoping for things to work out. There's no one. I would hope not, that expects to get a paycheck without doing any work. And then the same goes for self-improvement. Nothing changes until you change. And I really just want to drive home that if you stay on social media and compare yourself to others' success, what you're doing with your own life, there may be a sense of shame in that. And that can also, drive further depression and bouts of sadness and inadequacy. And really just deep it. And once you do that, understand, try to write it down. Write down what your problems are. And then take steps to write goals to whittle those down. If you have a lot of student debt, try to refinance, get your credit right, get some no interest credit cards for, they have the promos for that, and start knocking that down. That's what I've done. What I'm going to continue to do for credit debt and for student loans. Try the snowball method. You can look into that. Paying off your highest interest loans first, and then working your way down to pay off the lower interest or lower amount loans after that. So this is just a quick, not necessarily a quick video. I know it's been like 11 minutes so far, but really just some tips that I've really thought about as far as maintaining my mental health. Because I've had a therapist. I was in therapy for like 6-7 years. I had a therapist from the time I was a sophomore in high school to literally last year, 2024. So 10 years. I had a therapist for 10 years, and it was off and on. I didn't always have to rely on my therapist to keep me on a level keel, but it really did help when I was in need. And I recommend therapy as well. If that's something that you're comfortable with, I recommend giving it a shot. If your insurance covers that, great. If not, then I know there are resources out there that can provide the care that you need. So again, just to whittle this down: number 1, establish financial independence. Number 2, improve and maintain social circles. Number 3, find a partner / get married. If marriage is something you would like to do, I highly recommend it. Limit social media consumption and reduce it as much as you can. Have an entertaining hobby, but don't overindulge. Eat healthy most of the time, and try to maintain a level of physicality. Have goals for yourself, and set goals. It can be anytime. You don't have to wait till tomorrow or next week. Start today. And introspect. Really highlight the problems in your life, the achievements in your life, or even in the past day, week, month, year, whatever that may be for you. But really, this is just something I wanted to get out there, because I've struggled with depression for many years. Even moved out, had a partner, was working out, was in shape, had a good paying job. All those things were in order, but it takes a combination of everything to really overcome depression, and it's not an easy task. So it doesn't happen overnight, doesn't happen over a year. It takes a lot of work. And again, the change starts with you. So this is not going to be one of those motivational videos where do this, 10 steps to success and it happens overnight. No, it's just to let you guys know, mid-20s guys, still trying to figure things out and get it together. You guys got this. Just keep pushing. And it's not a matter of just being a man and handling your business, but in essence, it is a social stigma to handle your business. So and that really changes your mindset when you get married, when you get a good paying job, when you have responsibilities. So I guess the last tip would be to have responsibility. The only person you can really be in control of is yourself. So hold yourself accountable. Be responsible for yourself. Be responsible for your finances, for your love life. No one's gonna find a wife for you or a husband for you. You have to take it by the reins and handle it yourself. So really just, take life head on. Thanks for watching.